So this past weekend, Sherry and I were watching another episode of The Chosen. Can't remember which season or what episode it was, but it's the one that follows John chapter 4 with Jesus and his encounter with the woman at the well. And so in this episode, he has the conversation. It just follows word for word what we read in John chapter 4. And then the disciples come back from town and they rejoin Jesus and ask, "What are you doing talking to that woman? She's a Samaritan." And he explains, and then they ask him something along the lines, "Did you tell her who you are?" And he said, "Yes." And the disciples' faces beamed with excitement. He says, "That means we can tell everyone about you." And Jesus just turns and smiles. And as that was happening, I was reminded of each and every one of you who have made this commitment to talk about Jesus, to invite people to church, one new person to church each week for the year 2024, the year of invitation here at the River at Eureka. So I commend you for your willingness to do just what Jesus called us to do, and you're following in the line of the original disciples. And my hope and prayer is that this continues to be meaningful for you, that it's impacting people's lives, and that the byproduct of this, I think we can change the culture at our church, the River, where inviting people is normal. It's not the exception, it's what happens. And you're a big part of making that happen here at the River. So I do want to remind you that we have some great invitation tools here. I'll show you this first one. It's the New Journey one, and this is for our Celebrate Recovery Ministry that meets on Wednesdays. We have this other one here. The square one is the invitation for Sunday mornings. You can find these in the Commons area. We're getting low on these. We're going to make another order this week. We're down to probably 150. We started with 1,000. So that's exciting. And there's one more. Where'd it go? It's in this pocket. Pastor David talked about this a week or two ago, to hand these out. And hey, I think you need a little Jesus in your life, and that can lead to an invitation to church, or even a conversation about faith and sharing what Jesus has done in your life. So again, just a reminder to enter your invitations into the Google Doc, the link that's in the email. That's just really helpful to keep track of who we're inviting and see how God works through these invitations. Who ends up finding a connection here? Who ends up giving their lives to Jesus or resurrendering their lives to Jesus? And so it's really easy. It takes about 30 seconds to fill the form out. And as we're reviewing this, we can start seeing trends and these invitations that people are responding to. And so again, just to remind, it's really helpful just to go ahead and enter that. So when we look back in months down the road or at the end of the year and see these hundreds or thousands of invitations and see how God has worked through the life of these people. So I encourage you with that. And if there's anything that I can do or Pastor David can do to be helpful, encourage you, or if you experience something you want to encourage others, we can do it like this in a video. And so anyway, keep up the good work. I'm praying for each and every one of you by name. Our group has grown to 32. We're getting closer and closer to our goal of 50. So again, thank you for being part of this lead team of inviters at the River at Eureka and following the lead of Jesus, who told us to go and make disciples. In order to make disciples, we have to encounter new people and invite new people to church.